welcome to The Explainer. So today we're digging into a pretty universal, incredibly frustrating experience. We have all been there, right? You're sitting in a meeting room, the lights dim, a slide pops up on the screen, and it is just this massive, solid wall of text. And then the presenter proceeds to stand there and simply read the slide to you, word for agonizing word. It's what we jokingly call death by PowerPoint, but the drop in engagement is very, very real. Well, today we are going to look at the source material that cures this problem once and for all, completely transforming how presentations are designed and delivered.
So the crucial point here is a fundamental paradigm shift. A slide deck is not a report, it's a backdrop. When you step up to present, you are the main event. Your slides are meant to be a visual aid to support you, not a script to replace you. The exact moment you start treating your presentation like a Word document, you've totally lost your audience.
To make sure we cure this problem and respect everyone's time, here is our roadmap. We'll cover why slides aren't scripts, the art of restraint, creating visual hierarchy, visuals over text, and finally, the one idea per slide rule.
All right, diving right into section 1, slides are not script. The source material introduces this brilliant concept called the slide purpose rule. It basically says that each slide should do exactly one thing, reinforce the point you are making right at that specific moment. When you project a dense document on the screen, human nature literally takes over. Your audience starts reading, they stop listening, and you accidentally become background noise for your own presentation. Treating the slide purely as a visual aid keeps the focus exactly where it belongs, on your message and your voice. Okay, let's dive into this next section, which brings us to arguably the most important concept of all, the art of restraint. Put simply, less is actually more. The source provides a classic 6x6 guideline, no more than 6 bullet points per slide and no more than 6 words per bullet points. But listen, the intention here is that this is a ceiling, not some obsessive target you have to hit. You shouldn't have 3 words and try to pad it out to hit 6. Sometimes you only need 2 bullets. The goal isn't to meticulously count words. The goal is to internalize the fact that your audience physically cannot read a dense slide and actively listen to you at the exact same time. To really test your restraint, the materials suggest something called the squint test. I want you to try this next time you're prepping. Physically take 3 steps back from your screen and squint. Can you still read the main point? If it just turns into a blurry block of gray, well, you've got too much text or your font is way too small. Keep in mind, the person way in the back row of your meeting room is seeing this content from much farther away than you are right now at your desk. Once you've successfully cut down your text, we reach section 3, creating visual hierarchy to guide your viewer. On a properly designed slide, the viewer's eye should follow a highly predictable path. For readers in English, we naturally scan from the top left down to the bottom right, so your layout should absolutely respect that instinct. The eye naturally goes to the title first for context, drops down to the key point next for the main takeaway, and then finally absorbs those supporting details last. You are literally holding their hand and walking their eyes across the screen. So how exactly do you build that path? Well, you use 4 specific techniques. First up, size. Make your title the largest text because big elements attract attention first. Second, contrast. Use dark text on light backgrounds for readability and maybe a bold accent color to make a key metric pop. Third, position. Stick that vital content up in the top left. And fourth, and this is absolutely crucial, white space. The source emphasizes this heavily. Empty space is not wasted space. It gives the eye a place to rest and makes the actual content so much easier to digest. Moving right along to section 4, visuals over heavy text. The source material makes it crystal clear that charts and images communicate way more powerfully than paragraphs ever could. Just imagine a typical data dump for, say, a school recycling program. 2,400 pounds collected from 14 bins, paper made up 60%, plastic 25%. We save the school $1,200. Next semester, we add 6 bins. Just hearing me read it is kind of exhausting, right? It's cluttered, and it completely buries the amazing data. The real impact of saving that money is totally lost in the formatting. And this brilliantly illustrates the alternative. Replacing all that text with a simple, clean donut chart instantly communicates the proportions without needing a single bullet point. And those extra details about next semester's posters and city partnerships, they haven't disappeared. They've simply moved to your voiceover. You provide the rich context, and the slide provides the undeniable visual evidence. Same goes for this example. Instead of a dense, boring paragraph detailing the benefits of solar panels for a school district, giving your audience a few clear numbers alongside a simple bar chart is just infinitely better. Highlighting that 25 to 40% energy savings visually means the audience can absorb it in a second. This frees them up to actually listen to your detailed explanation of the long-term value. Let's move to Section 5 and see how this all builds together with our final rule: one idea per slide. Seriously, if it feels cramped, just split it. There's this persistent myth out there that fewer slides equal a shorter, better presentation. But guys, slides are literally free. A sequence where you show one clear idea per slide, starting with the problem, and then cleanly shifting to a brand new slide to present your evidence. And finally resolving it on a third slide for the solution is just vastly superior. It's like a giant puzzle, and it's so much easier for our brains to process this step-by-step flow than staring at one cramped slide that's trying to juggle 3 different things at the exact same time.
Now, you might be thinking, hold on, if I have way more slides, won't my whole presentation look really messy and disjointed? Well, that is exactly where templates come in. Utilizing built-in templates ensures that as your slide count inevitably expands to fit this one idea per slide rule, your whole deck maintains a unified, super professional look. It keeps your fonts, your colors, and your layouts perfectly matched without you having to manually tweak every single new slide.
As we wrap up this explainer, I really want to highlight the ultimate common mistake that ties all of this together. The audience can read faster than you can speak. It's just a fact. If you put full, perfectly punctuated sentences up there on the screen, you are going to be tempted to read them aloud. And your audience, they'll finish reading those sentences long before you finish saying them. And then they'll just sit there totally bored, waiting for you to catch up. So what does this all mean for you? I want to leave you with a rather provocative question to ask yourself the very next time you open up your presentation software. Are you building a backdrop or just a teleprompter? Challenge yourself. Stop using slides as a crutch. Strip away that heavy text, embrace the white space, and start respecting your audience's attention by letting your visuals support you while your voice confidently leads the whole shebang. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and hey, happy designing!